Hey there everyone, it's Linnea for icrafter. Today I'm using the Animal Patterns die set to create 3 different cards. So this die set comes with 3 large dies that you can use to create animal prints. There's a cheetah or a leopard print, a tiger print, as well as a snakeskin print. These dies don't have an outer edge cutting edge. So these can be used to create fun shaker cards or fun see-through elements. I'm going to die cut all of these so you can see what I mean. So I'm cutting the snakeskin from a limey green cardstock. I wanted to keep all of these kind of true to nature. So I thought of a poisonous snake, so I thought of kind of like a bright one. And here's the tiger stripe. I cut this from some orange cardstock so you can see how this doesn't have an outer edge cutting die. Instead, it cuts little windows. Check that out. I love those stripes. Now here's the leopard print, and I'm just going to use my iClick pick and poke out all of these little pieces. I love this print. I think it's so fun. So for this card, I'm actually going to extend this cutting, I don't want to say cutting line, but the cutting print all the way across my card. So I'm going to adhere that back down to the right side of my cardstock. I'm using my iMend self-mending cutting deck and my translucent cutting deck as well. And I'm going to cut out to the left and right to create a continuous line of this leopard print. Again, using my iClick pick to poke out any extra areas that may have been stuck in my die or on my cardstock. I used the tiger stripe die from the Animal Patterns die set, and I repeatedly cut that to cover a full card base. The leopard print I just cut straight across, and then the snake I cut just the center. So 3 different ways you can use these dies. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this orange tiger stripe cardstock piece onto a black cardstock piece, so you'll have that orange and black striped pattern of a tiger. Now all those pieces that I cut out and that popped out from the die, I kept in a little pile because, as you can see, since I'm cutting right up to the edge of my cardstock, some large portions fell out of my card. So I'm going to go ahead and just add them back in. I don't know if these are the right portions. In fact, I'm sure that they're not, but because this is a tiger print, you can just add in stripes to fill in your extra areas, and nobody's going to know the difference, and it's going to look like you have a continuous tiger print using the Animal Patterns die all across a card front. So I'm just going to use my liquid adhesive and piece this card front back together using those extra pieces of the tiger print. Now for my leopard card, let's kind of build this background. This is going to be awfully simple. Remember, I took that leopard die and I stretched it all the way across my A2 card front. So I just added some foam tape, and I'm going to add this on to another piece of brown cardstock. So far we've used the Animal Patterns die set to die cut a full card front and to die cut a strip across the center of the card. Now let's go on to my third design, and I'm going to create a shaker card with this snake print die. All I did was cut this out of the center of a piece of this bright green cardstock. I added some double-sided adhesive going all the way around so I can add a piece of acetate, and I pressed that in place really well with my iPress burnisher. Now I'm going to remove the backer of that double-sided adhesive, and I'll put a piece of acetate right over the top so we can form a shaker. I have a piece of kind of a magenta color pink cardstock that's going to be my backer piece. I thought of a bright poisonous snake, kind of a tropical snake or a rainforest snake for this design, but I love that you can do any pattern and any color that you want. I created a well in the center around my snake skin die cut portion using some double thick foam tape, and I'm going to add some white iridescent sequins into the middle and then seal that up with my magenta cardstock. And you're going to see through that snakeskin print just a little bit of those shaker bits shaking around. It adds just a little bit of interest. I love how it turned out. Now let's finish up the front of all the cards. I used the Alphabet Heather die set, both the uppercase and the lowercase, to cut out the letters for Go Wild 3 times so that I could write the sentiment onto each of my cards. I love the Alphabet Heather die set because you can see here in the ILD in the word wild that the letters have those curves and those little scripty ends to them, so it looks like a cohesive cursive sentiment. Love it. I'm going to be using my iGrip flathead tweezers to help me position the letters right where I want them to be. I have large fingers and they tend to get in the way, so these iGrip flathead tweezers are perfect for that. I added that sentiment into the center of each of my cards, and this is finished. I hope you've enjoyed using the animal prints patterns 3 different ways. Please head over to the icrafter website or the icrafter YouTube channel to see more inspiration and more tutorials using the icrafter products. Thank you for watching. Bye!